Good afternoon. If you are watching this video on the same day it's uploaded, then today is the winter solstice. So happy winter solstice, everybody. Now, yesterday I didn't do a reading for the new moon because I didn't have the time. I was going out, and I was way too drunk to even think about doing it when I got back. I was fucked, basically. So, yeah. But I am going to do a reading for waxing crescent. Yeah, it's the waxing crescent today. And it's still in Capricorn. So we're going to be going through that. I am going to do a reading with my traditional deck. This is going to be a fun-on reading, right? Because we're heading into a new week. Today is the start of a new season. So it's the start of a new cycle, essentially, you know. So I'm excited to do this. I feel like I have the energy to do it as well, which is very reassuring. So I'm going to start prepping. I'm going to get the incense going. I've got my wax melts here. I'll just bring them over. They've got crystals in it. I think I've shown you them before. So one has aquamarine, and I've got an amethyst one, and clear quartz. And then one's just scented with lily of the valley and amber. Sounds nice. Anyway, I got rid of the old wax because I thought, right, new cycle, new wax. Oh, another thing I wanted to say was because I've been doing my own intentions. I don't know how else has been when we've been doing the spells and stuff. And I write some names down for myself and people that I care for, that I also want to include with my reading. I mean, not my readings, my spells for protection and stuff. And then I've been burning it on the paper, and then sprinkling some dry rose petals on top. Now, as it's the winter solstice, I was meant to do it yesterday, but I'm glad I didn't, because it is the winter solstice. And I don't know, I just think it's a very good time now to release it. But not only am I going to put it into the garden, I'm going to like dig a little hole and bury it. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. I don't know if I'm going to record it though, because it is something, you know, that's private for me. Right, I'm going to pause this video while I set my table up. I need to buy a new lighter at some point because I'm using these matchsticks, but I do prefer to use lighters. Anyway, I'm babbling. I'm going to pause this. I just realised I did something silly. So, as I said previously, I threw the old wax melt away, but then I just realised there's crystals in there. So I've essentially thrown out the crystals, because what I could do is just take them out and make my own candles with them inside and just reuse it. I don't like throwing away useful stuff. Oh my gosh, I find it so hard to use matches. There we go, we got that. just realised I didn't get my incense ready, so I'm going to have to use another matchstick. Yeah. Today I might be a little bit all over the place. Not that it's any different to how I usually am, but even more so because I'm still handling the effects of having a somewhat hangover. It's not that bad, but the brain fog that comes with it is what I'm talking about. Okay, now I'm using this again, but I've learnt my lesson that I need to keep it more, I mean, at a better distance from myself. Okay, right, it took a while to do it, but I've done it. Oh my gosh, this kid's running away from something screaming. Oh gosh. Anyway, I am about to just use the Palo Santo and center myself, get myself to center. And feel the same to do it with me, you know. It can be a joint thing. Before I start reading as well, I'm going to add the herbal blend that I have with all my flowers into the wax melts, and that is our offering to our angels and guides as a way to say thank you. I've also used amber rose incense along with the frankincense one. My cat is outside, so he won't be in here now suffering the smells, the intense from the intense smoke. Oh yeah. I don't feel centered today, so we're going to see how well I do, because sometimes when I feel like that and then I get the cards, I end up feeling differently. So we shall see where this goes. If by any means I end up feeling like I am not able to continue with the reading, then I won't go into as much depth, because I always want to make sure that the messages I give are true interpretations. I'll upload it as is, just in case there is something useful within the reading, and I'll try again maybe tomorrow, as I am busy tomorrow as well, but it shouldn't be a late one. So now I'm going in with my usual John the Conqueror oil. I think I'm going to use this from now on. I just love it so much. So I'm going to put 3 in the protection candle I have burning, 2 in the wax melts, and then I'm going to do it on my left palm, where my third eye is, mouth, and also the throat. The throat, I do it as a symbolic way to, like, for me to speak through the guidance I am given with clarity and ease. I normally just use 2 drops. I say this every time, don't I? Okay. I like putting it on my fingers as well, bring it in. I'll add the flower blend afterwards. So I'm just going to take a few moments to go into my center. Please feel free to forward this video if need be, you don't have to watch me do this. I have no idea what's going on. There's lots of screaming. There's more kids now and more screaming. What is going on? What the fuck are they seeing? Anyway, I think this is as centered as I'm going to get. I have no idea. I'm so curious to see. But then if they're screaming like that, maybe I'm not. Oh my goodness. So, just put this into the wax melt. Teaspoon and a half. Try to get as much different kind of flowers as I can. Right, that is done. I'll show you when I got this set up. Oh, my phone is charging actually. That's fine, I'll unplug it for a second. So, that's the wax melt. And then we already know what this candle's like. And then over there is the incense going. See the smoke. Okay. I'm just gonna make my screen brighter. Okay. So, I feel like there's a lot to unpack, but we're just going to take it one step at a time because that's what we can do, right? And also taking it one step at a time is, I think it's going to be the message of today. I'm picking up 5 cards and they're coming out straight away, no playing about. And okay, at the bottom of the deck is card 22, 2-2, right? And it's silver dollar. We've had this card before. If I remember correctly, it's linked to some money coming in. Right, so the first card was Supermoon. New Moon. Oh, actually, how was it? Did it come out? Yeah, New Moon, Dark Moon, Waxing Gibbous, and Wolf Moon. Okay. Okay. So I am going to read it in the shape of a pentagram. Again, I will show you the setup in a second. Because the pentagram represents the 5 elements. So we're going to do it in this way. So it's going to go Supermoon, Dark Moon, Wolf Moon, New Moon, Waxing Gibbous. And then on the side of all of this, the silver dollar. Okay. Now I'll just show you. I've got it like that, so it's gonna go da, 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 da. And then I'll read that one. Okay. So let's have a look. When I look at the supermoon, I get a new grand rising, and there's birds that are flying out of the tree. I see this in a positive way, even though there's like hints of red or whatever in the background, and the moon is really big, and you've got this really big tree that, I don't know, it stands alone but firm, and it stores life and is very connected to the earth. It's being pulled by the power of the moon. The birds leave the nest or their home to just fly out there. That's what I get when I see this. Now, this is the deck that I don't really agree with when it comes to the description in the books, because it's toxically positive, in my opinion. I prefer to be real. So what I normally do is I give my own kind of interpretation first, and then I read from the book, and I kind of try and stay away from the statements that feel like they aren't going to be helpful, because it's just too generic. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I see, and I don't think this is intentional, but I feel like I see someone in the tree, like there. You can't really see it on the camera, and the barely visible is like like a little shadow of a person high up in the branches. I actually believe that it's a branch, and again, it's not intentional, but it has the silhouette of a woman or somebody crossing their arms. So what I get is quiet contemplation when I see this. Now I'm going to read the actual meaning of the card. Okay, so victory, fate, reassurance, success. The Supermoon card is a card of achievement and success in your endeavours. However, you will be expected to work hard for these achievements and nothing is going to be handed to you on a plate. This card declares that a time of triumph is at hand. The success could not come. No, sorry, let me start again. That's my glasses. I do this every single time. Oh, right. They're dirty, but they're not any better actually. Let's try again. Oh, no, they're too dirty. I need to clean them. Right, success. The Supermoon is a card of achievement and success in your endeavours. However, you will be expected to work hard for these achievements and nothing is going to be handed to you on a plate. This card declares that a time of triumph is at hand. This success could come in any area of your life, be it love, career, business, family life, or an adventure. When it is present in a reading, know that you are about to experience the kind of power surge that only comes from victory. While feeling victorious is a good thing, it can make people complacent and arrogant. Okay. Take care not to let this level of success go to your head and keep your ego in check. Maintain a steady progress towards your goals, but do not rush ahead or you will risk burnout. There is a sense of fate and destiny to this card and to the achievements that it represents to you personally. Take it as a sign that you are on the right path and that you will eventually emerge triumphant from all of that hard work. So I don't think this card has anything about ego. I do personally think it's quiet triumph it's quiet contemplation, yet even though you're sat there quietly, at the same time you're preparing or are prepared to go off and go out there and seek whatever it is that you need to, and it will be something big. But I think it is going to be in a very grounded way. And when in terms of ego, like what he says in this book, maybe it's some sort of ego death. Not saying that you yourself are egotistical, but maybe some of the ways of how you were before, your outlook has changed on a lot of things, and through that change you now see things that you want to correct going forward. So that's what I get from that. Now moving on to the next card, it's the Dark Moon. Now I think this is linked to the Supermoon, but in a different way. So there's like a body of water, and you can see that the waves are very active. It's not still, and it's not completely dark, right? Even though there's some darkness surrounding it, you can see lots of little stars, and the little stars is hope, right? And not only is it hope, right, and the path being illuminated for you, I feel like it's also like a sense of inspiration, right? It makes you realize that there's more to things than what you. There's more to. How can I say it? there's more than what meets the eye, right? It's like when you stare up in the night sky and when you see it for the first time, you'll see like one or two stars, and then the more you look, the more that appear as the eyes go into focus and adapt to the night sky. So I feel like that's what I get, right? So more is being revealed to you while you're going through all of these emotions. There is a path that is kind of like lighting up and showing you, hey, look at all these possibilities, these never-ending possibilities. And that's what I get from that. So let's see what the book has to say. Okay. The Alliance, potential secrets rest. When the Dark Moon card comes up in a reading, it is speaking of things that are yet unknown. Something is still in its early stages of germination, hidden from view. This is a card of potential growth and transformation. All growth begins in darkness during a time of restoration. It could be that you need to relax more, take more time for yourself in order to give your mind the space required to dream up new ideas and ambitions. In a way, the Dark Moon is a card of possibility. You must allow things to unfold on their own. And I think that's what you're doing with the Supermoon. You're sitting there in quiet contemplation while getting ready to go off and do your thing. It's just timing. Okay, in a way, the Dark Moon is a card of possibility, but you must allow things to unfold on their own. This is also a card of secrets, of information that is yet to come to light. It is the time of the crone, and she guides your way through this temporary darkness, offering lessons of wisdom and deep change. In Wicca, the Dark Moon is a time of rest when no magic is worked, so this card could indicate that a short break from magical practice is needed to avoid burnout. Take a day off and use this time to rest, read and meditate. So if you've been overdoing it within your spiritual work, I was just saying to take a break from that, but this card does align with what I could see. Yeah, which is really good. It's nice. The incense, which I should have known from the last time, is upsetting me. I'm going to move it somewhere else. 2 seconds. It's just way too smoky. I did this last time. Oh my god. Right, now we're doing Wolf Moon. So, when I see the Wolf Moon, this is the card, right? It's calling out, right? Well, as we all know, that wolves, they're not solitary animals. They run in packs, don't they? And normally when they are howling, they're howling to their not their people, but you know, their clan or whatever you call it, their pack, right? And that's how they communicate. So I think there's 2 things. It's calling out to like the people in your life, right? And seeing who will meet you there and call back out to you. But also there's some stars that are really bright and prominent in there as well. So maybe you're like calling out into the universe, maybe for some sort of guidance, spiritual guidance, and you're calling out to it in the hopes of it answering you in return. And then with the crescent moon, it's very bright. It's brighter than, it's the brightest one that I've got actually out of all 5 cards, even the super moon. and there's a soft glow that is directly being shown directly into the wolf's face. So I suppose what I'm getting is some sort of moon magic. If you are going to do some new moon magic at this time, even though you have been recommended to take a rest, like maybe you're going to do it in the hopes of it coming into fruition and answering you back. And it doesn't actually have to be magic as in like doing things oh my goodness, it's not the setting of intentions, it's not abundance, manifestation. My goodness. Okay, right. I don't think it's like a form of manifestation. I think it's the continuation of looking for higher guidance, basically, and you're doing that through your spirituality. So that's card 31. Let's see what it says. Howling at the moon, communication, confidence, needs. Okay. So, have you ever felt like howling at the moon, believing that this is the only way anyone will listen to you? This is the card of communication, and when it comes up in a spread, it is asking you to speak up, speak out, and make yourself heard. Just as one wolf howls to another, it is time to raise your voice and sing out your wishes, dreams, and desires. Raise your concerns, talk about your feelings, ask for what you want, and use your voice to get your needs met. What is more, this card is encouraging you to become more of an alpha in your life. So it's basically saying that, like, you know, taking back control. We've been doing that in the intention setting, haven't we? Like taking, like, my life is my own, and I choose to live it in my own way. It's like that kind of thing, yeah. Okay. What is more, this card is encouraging you to become more of an alpha in your life. It is no longer enough to simply follow the pack. Now is the time to take the lead and make suggestions for positive change. Even a lone wolf howls at the moon from time to time, eager to find a mate to start a new pack. Do not be afraid to build a new pack if the old one is no longer serving you. It might be time for you to move on, but you won't know until you begin to speak up for yourself. So be prepared to make yourself heard. So I think that's a really reassuring card, and it's not did I do this right? I just realised that I didn't do the reading in a pentagram shape, but it's fine. It's okay. I go with the flow of it all. But yeah, so yeah, it's basically saying for you to speak your truth, and I already believe that you are speaking your truth, and then the right people will find you. And I do believe that it's always good to get rid of people in your life that don't have your best interest at heart, especially if you're the kind of person that gives, you know, yourself fully to a person, because, you know, if you're the kind of person that loves and appreciates the people that are in your life, and you will show up for them, it's not wrong to want that in return. If anything, it is balance. That's what a balanced friendship is. That's what balanced love is. So yeah, and if you are in a situation where someone thinks that they can silence you or bully you or talk down to you, you know, having the confidence to stand up for yourself will be very empowering. So that's what you can be working on in this next coming new cycle and moon phase. Okay, The Waxing Gibbous. This card doesn't really show me much. It just has the moon, the Waxing Gibbous moon. I think that, for me personally, now I did say maybe stay away from manifestation, right? Because it's not been working. But maybe start thinking of new intentions that you would like to start setting in the Waxing Gibbous just before the full moon. And then on the upcoming full moon, set out those intentions through ritual work and carry it on into the new year. Now, personally, I don't see January as the new year. I see spring as the new year. I think that January is the end of the cycle, but I mean, of the yearly cycle, right? Earthly yearly cycle. So don't think of it as new year, new changes being put in place. You know, let's see where it takes us. Don't follow the Georgian way of connecting to the Earth's natural cycle. Do it by the seasons, and the seasons are changing. But let's say when you start feeling like spring is approaching, then that's going to be when the new year is, and then you can go from there. So you'll be like, what, March, end of March times. Anyway, moving away from that, doing some prayer work, just sitting with yourself, meditating, and setting out intentions for the next moon cycle, which will be in January, is what I'm getting from this. It's not a particular meaning. I just think that you should set it then and not do it this month. Give yourself a break. So let's see what this says. Wind for success preparation. This is another lovely card that suggests that things are coming to ahead and all your efforts are soon to be rewarded. It foretells good things coming your way and could indicate a windfall, a surprise, a chance encounter, and so on. It is a card of abundance and plenty, meaning that the energies of growth are surrounding you now. Don't go overboard in celebrations or spending though, as this could upset the delicate balance of energies. Instead, keep a check on your spending habits and make sure that you are saving up for a rainy day. It is too easy at this time to become overly self-indulgent. I don't think self-indulgent is the thing. Like, if you've been going through immense stress, heartache, anxiety, depression, or any of those feelings, sometimes it's easy to form a spending habit for instant gratification. Again, I know this because I done it this month coming, and I spent more than what I would normally on stupid things. Even though I like what I got, it was just what I needed in that time after leaving trauma therapy. I needed some sort of instant gratification, and so I was doing it through spending, you know. So yeah, that's where I was going with that. It doesn't have to be because of, basically it can be a symptom of other things that's going on in your life. That's the point I was trying to make. Okay, so enjoy the period of abundance without being reckless or becoming a spendthrift. Enjoy the success that you have already achieved, but make sure that you are lining your nest at the same time in preparation for leaner periods. I do believe that the upcoming new year is going to be harder on people financially because of the global market and, you know, all the things that are going on around that. So definitely keep money aside, okay, where you can. Be a good steward of all that you already have. so that you always have enough regardless of outside influences such as the economy, as what I just said. In times of feast, prepare for famine. That is the overall message of this card. Okay, now it is 40 minutes long. I did waste at least a good 15 minutes at the beginning of the video talking about nothing. So I do apologise, I do. But again, you can always just forward it. Now, I am going to read the silver dollar. It is separate from... I thought I had my phone plugged in. It's separate from this reading. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, this card is... Okay, this is kind of like a warning, blood on the moon. I think it can be... and then the new moon. So this card is basically just saying be wary, right, of anything that may seem too good to be true. Okay, just be wary, be skeptical, but at the same time, you know, you can't see everything in a bad light. There was another one, Sky Guard. Okay, whenever you feel like something isn't right, like meditate and speak with your angels, your guides, your ancestral guides, or with Holy Spirit, and follow your intuition, okay? Because sometimes things can feel too good to be true, and I do think it could be potentially with people. That's the feeling that I just got there. It was like a bit of a warning, and the way that it flew out aggressively meets that oh my god, I have cards going everywhere. It literally just flew out my hands. Right, I'm gonna stop this reading now. I'm gonna upload it, and while it's uploading, I'm going to do the tarot. The tarot.